Yeah, grafting follow-up again. This is a May Queen that I grafted over. You can see there's a rind graft there, rind graft, rind graft, rind graft, and this was done 2 years ago. So out here, that's what grew in 2012, back to this point, and that's what grew away with the little ladybird there. And another. Oh, good to see you. Good to see you. So this is 2 years of growth. So it's festooned with fruit buds. In fact, there was a few fruits on this last year, and this year again we're hoping to get a good number. And those of you who received May Queen wood from me, it probably came from this particular tree. Anyway, I'm just doing a little bit of grafting. It's the last day of April. Normally, tomorrow's May Day, and I usually remember what the weather is like on May Day because Wickham Morris goes down to the square at Wickham and dances and sings at the break of day on May Day, and that's about 5:15 a.m. and it's usually raining, but usually the apple blossom is full then. Today it's not going to be full today. Everything's about 3 weeks behind. So why am I grafting on the last day of April? Because I would normally have done this 2 weeks ago, but the weather's been behind. I'm grafting over some Bramleys to Yarlington Mill. It's very important to do the label. These are just white plastic things with this sort of crayon, China graph pencil, whatever they call it. And I'm grafting, these Bramleys were sawn back hard this time last year, and because Bramley is no use to us, so I'm grafting them over to a cider apple variety, Yarlington Mill. What's the best way to do this? Because it's quite a big difference in diameter. I think that probably the saddle graft might not be so good. I think we might be better off with the cleft graft here. Open on number 12, number 10 or even number 8 would be fine for this, but 12 was what I put my hand on this morning. Good old number 6. This is a beechwood handle. Really gets this right first time. It's the cleft graft. I've shown this before. It's getting hard to find. I found some in Wickham's, often quite hard. I keep it in my pocket so it gets a bit softer, that way for my body heat, but you can always work it, a bit like stiff butter. I was tempted to buy up their entire stock, but I thought that would be a very selfish thing for me to do. This will last me probably the rest of my life, quite frankly. When I say that, oh dear, that wasn't intended to happen. I've split bark's come off there. I don't think it'll matter too much. When I say this will last me the rest of my life, I don't do much grafting, and I have done a lot of grafting in the past. The orchard is really mature now, and I won't be doing much more grafting here. Having said that, I've been using this to seal the ends of the signwood that I send out, so quite likely I'm going to have to rephrase that, but anyway, it's it's a bit harder to find than it used to be, but I've got my supply. Probably an EU regulation of some sort. I'm going to do the other 3 here, but I won't film them. You could almost sort of not bother with the tying in, probably, because this is holding under some tension and the wax is hopefully sealing moisture in, but I don't think that's a great idea. Why would you want to cut corners in that way? And before anybody posts, yes, I know that there is a lot to be said for parafilm. I've got some parafilm somewhere, but I couldn't find it this morning. But this worked. This does the job. You just do have to remember to take it off. But as you should be keeping a close eye on what you're doing anyway. Okay, well, I hope folks are who are 50 of you or so who received some grafting wood from me, or indeed from anywhere else, have had success. Or some of you may be surprised to see me grafting as late as this. I know that some of you, against my advice, did graft as soon as you received the wood. Although I counselled to wait until there was clear evidence of growth taking place before grafting, so I really believe that that's a more effective way to do it. Cut the wood in deep dormancy, store it cool and moist, and then graft onto wood that has begun to grow.